So guys, welcome to the day one of the August tennis clinic by Tochukstennistutorial. So right here we have the people that came for the opening ceremony, the president of the club of Recreation Club Onitsha, and the parents. So right here you can see me trying to organize the coaches and the students to position themselves for our first day of the drill. So I made sure that everywhere is positioned well, everybody is positioned in their right places. Then we started. So we started with cone drill. We move side by side, front and back of the cone. We go down and up, side by side the cone. You could see me with the headband and with my assistant coach Steven. So that was what we did as our first program, side by side cone movement. So you could see all the kids moving. So that was this is the first warm-up session. So we made sure the essence of the warm-up is to activate the body for all the activities to coming up in front. So in tennis, first of all, you start with a warm-up. It's very, very important to prevent injury. When you warm up, you activate the body to move smoothly, and so that it can prevent muscle tear or any difficult kind of injury that might occur. So next we began running down the baseline and up to the net. Okay, this is also one of the warm-up programs that we are doing. Okay, it's very important for for the lateral movements. Okay, so the one we did first, which is the core movement, was for the side movement. Okay, this is for the lateral movement or the forward movements. Okay, so this is very necessary in tennis. Okay. So we moved up and down. You could see the children up and down. Then also we went back also to do another type of cone movement. Okay, this one is shorter. Okay, so this is a cone movement drill. This is shorter. Okay, so we as the coaches will lead the program, and we make sure all the students did it. Okay, so see the coach, the lady trying to direct them to make sure that they do it properly. So that coach right there is my sister, and then this is Coach Lovett. So that was it. Then after that, we did a kind of speed program. So you could see me now. I was trying to show them the way they would do it. You pick the ball from the racket, drop, and then pick it, drop it back. So this was me directing the children on what to do, so that I made sure that each child recognize their rackets. So I made sure by pointing the racket to them. So I told the lady, I also told the small boy. So that was what I did. I made sure that all the students recognize their rackets so that they can run to it, pick it, and come back. In coaching, it's very important to make your player to understand the program, and to understand the essence of the program. It helps them to just not to see the program as as just a normal program. So I coordinated the program. They started running. They run, drop the ball, run again, pick the ball and run back. They run, pick the ball and come back. So you could see that. I hope you are enjoying the running by the kids. Okay, so let's know who came first. Let's just focus on their speed run. Oh, wow, the small boy is fast. The small boy already is really fast. Wow. Oh, we already have a winner already before the small boy. see the fat guy on blue. He's struggling to run, but he's part of our players, and he's making progress right now. He's making progress, So that was it. I coordinated the program again. I said on your marks, sets, and go. We did running back and forth. Okay, I made sure they did the running back and forth. Okay, so let's know who is the winner now. The guy on red shorts is really fast. Oh, he's picking the ball, running to drop it. See the coach passing across the net. He's running, he's picking the ball, and he's running. He's going back to pick the ball. Oh, he's finished. Okay, so that is it. We already have winners. Okay, so one thing again important in coaching is that you have to encourage all the students. Okay, you could see even the big guy, he still has some of his balls remaining. Okay, now next up is the players. They kind of go trekked down, like they walked down, just to relax their muscles after the workout. So next, I tried to give all the players their rackets, so I had to direct them, all the players, to pick up their rackets so that they can start another program. So I carefully give the racket based on their age. Those are very small, they take smaller rackets, matured ones take bigger rackets. Then after handing them over the rackets, I made sure that they were all handed balls, one ball each. So I made sure they had their balls in their hands. So when the balls were given to them, so I coordinated them to bounce. So everybody drop your racket on the floor, then make sure you're standing in front of it, then pick your racket up, then bring out your hands. I looked at the back to make sure that everybody is following what I'm saying. Okay, so teaching children, it's a very meticulous teaching situation. You need to make sure that all of them are attentive. Even if one person is disturbing, just need to call the person back. So I make sure they brought out their hands out and started bouncing the ball. So I made all the students started bouncing the ball. Then they tried bouncing it up. Okay, they started bouncing it up after bouncing on the floor. Then they started bouncing it up. You bounce down and you bounce up. That was what we did there. So I made sure when you fail, you do it back again. Okay, when you fail, you do it back again. So this program is important for eyesight. It helps the children to be able to see the ball, so that before they go into playing. Okay, so you need to engage them in training that can help them to see the ball. So that is what we did there. So I hope you're following. So I just made sure that all of them are doing what I told them to do. After doing the first session, we also did it again. I just made sure that everybody is participating. That is what is important in teaching children. Active participation. Make sure that everybody is engaged in what they are being told. Okay. So that is it.
Now, everybody bring out your ball out. Bring out your ball. Look at me. Face the court. Alright, let's go. Let's bounce the ball.
Bounce the ball.
Yes. Good. Let's go. Let's go.
So next we went into what we call the technical warm-up. Technical warm-up means playing, actual playing, like a kind of warm-up playing. Okay, so I will call this a technical warm-up stroke playing analyzation. So I made sure that I gave everybody the opportunity to play. The coaches have already played, so this is the first person that played. Okay, I tried to make them to play so that to see their capabilities, okay, as children, so that I know those that know how to play or not. Okay, so that was what happened here. So all the children were given opportunity to play. Okay, so you could see most of them are missing the ball. They are not getting the ball. Why? It's their first time, so I give them opportunity to play. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So the children, they are kind of having fun. They're experiencing tennis, most of them, for the first time. So this is very important in coaching, not to start orally. For the first time, you need to make them to experience a practical, so that they could feel the tennis. So this is me discussing with my coaches on how the tennis is going to be after the session. Okay, so that is it. So guys, this was how the opening ceremony and the day one of the tennis training went. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Please make sure you are here on YouTube to also watch the day 2 or the next video. Thank you very much. God bless you.